इथले तेवढे लेक्चर आहे झालेच आहेत. ॲडिशनल तुमचे घेतीलच, बट तुम्ही तुमच्या साईटने पण स्टडीज पॉईंट ऑफ व्ह्यू स्टार्ट करा. ओके, तुम्हाला काही प्रॉब्लेम आलेच तर मग आपण डिटेल्समध्ये डिस्कशन करू, बट तुमच्या साईटने स्टार्ट करा. बाकी सगळ्याच टॉपिकनुसार थोडासा टाईम वगैरे ॲडजस्ट करून स्टार्ट करा आता अभ्यासाला. सकाळचे आपले हे असतात, सध्या प्रोग्राम पण आहे, बट टाईम ॲडजस्ट करून करत जा. ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम मस्त आहे ना तुमच्यासाठी, इफेक्टिव्ह, मला तरी इफेक्टिव्ह वाटतं. काय वाटतं सगळ्यांना? जॉईन करतायत का नाही सगळी? मी ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम बद्दल बोलतोय आपल्या. कसा आहे, व्यवस्थित आहे ना? यश, योगेश गेले का तुम्ही परत एक 5 मिनिटात? 5 मिनिटात बरं, का बरं? बरं बरं, ठीक आहे. सेकंड इयर मधलं कोण जॉईन करते? प्रणव, तू रे?
हो ना
पल्लवी,
सर, करतो जॉईन असते सर.
देवरे, चांगलं आहे ॲक्च्युअली. त्याची सांगण्याची पद्धत वगैरे किंवा इंटरव्ह्यूच्या रिलेटेड खूप छान आहे. मेन तुमच्यासाठी तो इफेक्टिव्ह आहे, सेकंड इयरच्या स्टुडंटसाठी. एक 5 मिनिट थांबूयात आपण येईपर्यंत. ओके, देन वी विल स्टार्ट आवर टुडेज लेक्चर.
गुड मॉर्निंग सर.
गुड मॉर्निंग दत्ता, खूप दिवसांनी आलायस. सर आहेत का नाही चेक करायला आलायस काय?
हा सर, ऑफलाईन कॉलेज चालू आहे म्हणून आलो इथं पुण्यात.
बरं बरं, दिसला मला काल, तो दिसला, माझं लेक्चर चाललेलं.
हा सर, तुमचं लेक्चर होतात म्हणून
गावाकडे जा, ऑफलाईन आहे, ऑनलाईन आहे, बट अभ्यास स्टार्ट करा सगळी. नाहीतर ऑनलाईन यायचंय, ऑफलाईन यायचंय, ऑनलाईन यायचंय, ऑफलाईन यायचंय. अभ्यासाची नावाने काहीच नाहीये. असं नको
हो ना
म्हणायचं.
सर, अभ्यास करावाच लागेल.
करावं लागेल, नाही करायचा, स्टार्ट करायचा आता. ओके, ऑन द स्पॉट. आणि SIPचं झालं का कम्प्लीट सर्व?
सर PPT ना,
हो,
प्रोजेक्टची 15 तारखेला आहे. हा सर, पण मी गावाकडे आहे की मी कसं दाखवायचे सर
मेसेज
PPT?
वगैरे शेअर करून देतो मी. ऑनलाईन सेशन असेल आपला.
ऑनलाईन आहे का?
हम्म.
हा हा, चालतं चालतं.
18 पार्टिसिपंट. बराच वेळ झाला आता आपण स्टार्ट करू.
गुड मॉर्निंग सर.
गुड मॉर्निंग. पूजा कुठे होती एवढे दिवस? लेक्चरला नाही येत
सर
तू?
घरी होते, घरी.
मग घरी असलं तरी लेक्चर ऑनलाईन आहे.
तर नेटवर्क इश्यू आहे तिकडे.
खरंच येतंय
तर
लेक्चर
इथं पण
साठी?
लाईट नाहीये रात्रीपासून.
ओके, लाईट फक्त आज नाहीये.
सर लबाड बोलते. लाईट आहे सर.
त्याच्यासाठी हे सगळ्या तुमच्या भांडणामुळे तर म्हणते तुम्हाला ऑफलाईन नाही आणत मी इथे.
सर आम्ही आलो होतो काल.
कुठे?
लायब्ररी
कॉलेजला.
मध्ये.
बरं. तुमचं कॉलेज लायब्ररी आहे की इकडे? लायब्ररीमध्ये
सर तुम्ही
ते डब्बा खायला आलेले
सर
का
तुम्ही
इकडे त्या वरच्या ब्लॉकला
सर
बसतात तिथे की पुस्तकं घ्यायला आलेली?
तुम्ही लेक्चर घेत होता.
हम्म. तुम्ही कुठे आहे आमचं सगळीकडे लक्ष असतं.
हा सर आम्ही
असं
आदिती
नका.
मॅडमकडे आलो.
क्लास कोऑर्डिनेटर आहे मी, मला माहिती असतं तुम्ही कुठे आले, कुठं गेली, कोण लेक्चरला येतं, कोण लेक्चरला जातं, सगळा डेटा आहे ना माझ्याकडे कॅच केलेला. ओव्हरऑल अटेंडन्स आहे आतापर्यंत सगळ्या सेशनची. चला, नो प्रॉब्लेम. We will start our today's lecture. Okay. Yes, is this my slide is visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir.
Yesterday we have covered the topics of project evaluations. Okay, what mean project evaluation, what mean program evaluation, what mean performance evaluations. Okay, what are the project controls that were covered on yesterday's topic. I think so everyone has got the points of the project evaluations network, project evaluation techniques. Okay, it is a simple way that nothing is hard in this topics, project evaluation. Okay, these are the contents of the project management that I already discussion on yesterday, but the way that I have repeated the contents is that you need to understand that what are the contents in program evaluation, what are the contents in performance evaluations. Okay, what are the structures of project management, or what mean the structure of project management, what are the project controls, what are the parameters, steps, phases are to be included in any of the project controls parameters. Okay, effective way of tracking project progress as project manager. Okay, how to find out the our project has goes on successive path or not. That is the way, how many ways that you have to be calculate as an a project manager for the progress of your project report. Okay, these are the simple techniques. As many or goes to the contents, you need to think on each and every contents. Okay, just read it from your side, or just revise from your mind that what are the effective ways of tracking project progress as a project manager. Okay, just need to take the pens and notebooks and try to write out. Okay, from previous yesterday's how many contents you have to be remember or not. And some of the additional contents you have to in mind sometimes. Okay, what are the effective ways of tracking project progress as a project manager? Need of information systems. Okay, what type of information, data, collection of data, what type of informations we have needed for the computations of our project. That is comes under need of information. Forecasting, which is related to financial management. Okay, project audit, evaluation, project team members. Okay, I think so this year we have covered in yesterday's. Program evaluation means what? Yes. Yes, anyone from this group? Evaluation means what?
Change.
Yes, evaluation means change. Okay, in additional, what is meant by program evaluation and performance evaluation? What is the difference between that? Or why we have need to find out the program evaluation or performance evaluations? Not goes directly on the slides, just thinking from your sides and give me answer. What is meant by program evaluation? Program evaluation is a systematic method of collecting, analyzing, and using information to answer the questions about the project policies. Just a minute, okay. And program particularly about their effectiveness and efficiency. Any of the programs which are to be conducted in the organization, which are to be conducted in the project sites, locations, product of the company's environment, okay, that are comes under program evaluations. Okay, performance evaluation is the technique which are applicable to the employees of the companies or who are the involved in activities of our organization. That depend on the performance level or performance evaluation. Program is nothing but the tasks which are to be carried out in the organization. In case that performance evaluation is nothing but the people are working together to completions of that task, that is nothing but performance evaluations. Got it? The performance evaluation is a systematic process of evaluating how well employees are performing their jobs. Okay, performance only. How well employees are performing their job. The way you have to find out the performance levels of each and every employees, as there are various ways. As when we are goes on the shop floors, the way you have to observing the people's. Okay, the performance management is a process that significantly affects the organizational success by having managers, employees who are work together and to set the expectations, to review the results and to reward the performance. Okay, all these contents are comes under performance evaluations methods. They have also setting their goal, regular checking with the answers, questionnaires, to feedback the sessions. Those are conducted on the shop floor to reset the goals and to annual performance the evaluations. Okay, these points are comes under performance evaluation techniques. What are the structures parameter of project monitoring is the structure of project monitoring information system, creating a project monitoring system, what data we want to be collect, what are some sources of information you may want to collect, to project control steps, to setting a baseline plan, to measuring the progress performance and to comparing plans against the actuals. Okay, this is the main major concept that project monitoring in that to comparing plan against actual. We have with the plan, but you need to go with the actual conditions of your project or actual progress of your project with the comparison of previous plans. What are the project controls? Project controls is a process that encompasses the resources, the procedures and tools for planning, monitoring and controlling of all the phases of the capital project life cycle. Anyone goes through the product life cycle stages? Just go through the product life cycle stages also. So it will be easy to understand the capital project life cycle, or it will be easy to understand the product life cycle also. Because some of the similar process with the product development or project development. Okay, only the includes that the project is a set of activities. In that case, the product has a single particular components. This includes estimating the cost, schedule, management, risk management, change management, earned value progressing, and forecasting. Okay, for the controlling of any of the project, you need to studies on the change management parameter. What are the impacts on the organizations of change management? Okay, why the requirement of change management in the project sites, in the companies or in any of the organizations. Okay, the change management are really suitable to the organizations or not? Yes, change management is the betterment of organizational result or for the development of organizations, but they will need to manage with the people, those are working in the companies, those are working in the actual sites. Okay, these are comes under change management to earn the values, progressing and forecasting. Okay, to overall controlling of all the management processes which are comes under project controls. Got it? Yes. What are the effective ways of tracking a project progress as a project manager? Okay, the way you have to create a project outlines with the consideration of time and cost parameter. You will find out the progress reports of your companies. You will to find out the progress report of your current project, but need to create a project outlines. Okay, in that case, you need to go with the team members to create a project outlines and can be a great way of tracking a project progress. Okay, as I previously said that if in case of find out the project progress, you need to go with the working teams, or you need to take the suggestions from them for the computations of that project, or to create a project outlet with the considerations of the team members. Okay, that are the ways to find out the project progress report, to establish the goals and milestones. It is the basic that any of the project we want to be executed, that they have required their goals and milestones. To check it regularly, as when you have creating a plans to creating a guidelines for the computations of computations that project which are to be carried out as a plan or not. Okay, that's why we have required the regular checkings of your project. Ask how you can help them. Okay, some of the workers are in a problems at their own workplace. You need to go them with and provide the solutions. Okay, because they will be creating a little bit impact on our project if you are not getting to solve the situations of that particular task or particular work. Okay, that's why you need to go with ask how you can help them. Okay, to establish a clear deadlines. Okay, it is the way that you are already comparing the plans with the times and cost consideration, but you also need to go with the some of the deadlines. Okay, so the workers or employees are able to go with the deadlines with the deadlines date. Before the deadlines, they have completed their task with the progressions of your project. Okay, if sometimes it will be happening that if you are not given the deadlines, the employees are not taking it and it as an record of its activities to find the cases of problems and proper solutions. In the information systems, which are comes in handy when it comes to storming operating data, communication records, documentation, and versions of histories. A lot of information data you have to need for the computations of your project or for the computations of each and every task. Okay, some of the machineries information you want to needed at the time of some machines has in a difficult situation, or some of the machines has its breakdown conditions. Okay, at that time you have required the information details informations of that machines parameters. Okay, their operating skills, their programming parameters, their cutting tools parameter. Okay, their levels of indicators, their levels of oil level systems of that machines. Okay, that's why required in informations data. Okay, these are the design build a great dashboard. This has been required for the clear about what you are trying to achieve. You need to clear that with your team members what we want to do here. Okay, it's to be try to clearing with them what we have to achieved includes only the most important contents. As an organization person, you are thinking on the each and every activity, but at the consideration part you need to include the most important contents, time and cost. It is an important key constant that you need to consider in a project management. Okay, to use size and positions to show heritage. Give your numbers to the contents, group your related matrices, be a consistent. Okay, as you are doing the plans for the computations of that work, we are goes with 2 3 days or some of the 1 or 2 days, and after that we are break these continuities in the workplace. Okay, but in case of any of the project management, you need to consistent with your processes. You need to consistent with your activities, tasks that have to be allocated by the management person to you. Okay, these are the consistency in the project management. To use the clear labels, your audience will be understand. Okay, to use the clear labels, your audience will be understand. Just provide a clear message to them. Just provide a clear goals with them. Just provide a clarify processes, standardizations, machines, methods, all these things with the employees who are working or who are the parts of the your project management teams. Okay, after that, to round your numbers. Okay, these are the design and build great dashboard for the project management tools are includes to collaborate on the dashboards strategy, to create a dashboard design, to prepare and transform the data, to develop integrated dashboards, and to ensure rollout adoptions of the dashboards. Okay, that communicate the final stages of the your project design parameters. Okay, forecasting, which are considered as a financial elements of the project. Okay, the cost forecast is a process you can use to adapt cost planning to constantly changing the circumstances. Okay, as there is some of the situations of the financial cases has been arrived at the continuations of your project. Okay, that's why you have required the proper planning of your cost forecasting parameters in your project. For the cost to complete the systems or to determine the value that remaining activities on the basic basis of their plans, forecast and actual haulage in the net. These are the project management. When the effective skills has to be achieved by any of the project manager, means what? Effective means what? As I previously said that what are the difference between efficiency and effectiveness? In project management or any of the product related management also. What mean efficiency and what mean effectiveness? Efficiency is nothing but that is how much we have to be produced with the minimum input. Okay, there is no any requirements for the efficiencies. But in case of effectiveness, there has required or they have to be considered each and activities how to be carried out by efficient and effective way. How you are considering all these contents or all these parameters in your project management, how you have utilized the resources, how you have utilized the machineries, manpowers, materials. Okay, all these things, all these 7 M's in the utilizations, these are comes under effective ways. Okay, this is the simple ways that thinking on efficiency and effectiveness, that is 7M, that is man, machine, material, method, money, marketing and management. Okay, this is the effectiveness of that processes. The efficiency is nothing but that your output of the product, that is the output of your project, final output. This is nothing but efficiency. But the way you have carried out the processes, it is nothing but effectiveness of the project. The consideration part of forecast is nothing but cost controlling parameters. Okay, cost processes, how many cost has required to completions of that project with the distributions of processes. Okay, how much cost we have to be varied for one of the specific machineries processes with the purchasing to the final output of that particular components. Okay, this is the way you have to find out that forecasting is considerations of each and every parts. Okay, it is the simplest way. Project audit. Okay, project audit. What mean project audit? Or why there is any requirements of audit? Yes, anyone? Yogesh? Why we have required a project audit in any of the organizations of the project organizations or any of the project sites? Yes, yes, yes. Really good. A project audit is a formal review of a project, which are often intended to assess the extent to which project management standards are the project standards or not for the completions of that project. Okay, that is nothing but the project audit. They have going with the standards that have to be provided by an auditors or international standard organizations or not. Okay, these are comes under any of the project audits. The final objective of a project audit is to ensure that the project meets the standards of the project management. Yes, the words, the sentence is that the final objective of project audits is to ensure that the project meets the standards or not. Okay, of a project management through investigations and evaluations. Yes, the project audit is nothing but the evaluations of all our project parameters. They have as per the department wise, some of the project audits, some of the quality audits, some of the environmental audits, administrations audit. Okay, as per the departments, audit trails parts are different roles or involves in the project. As of the project audits as a project manager. If someone has asking about the project audits parameters skills, okay, what you have to observe that or what you have to provide the data to the auditors. Yes, as a project manager, what documents you have required to the completions of that project audit? Yes, financial students. Yes, Nikita, Rutuja.
Yes, sir.
What the documents are required for the completions of any of the audit, or what is the way that when anyone has completed the audits in our organizations? Yes, Yogesh. Oh, okay, okay, good. Okay, other than this, any of the road transportation concepts you have required the documents permission from the state government or central government as the which sectors the project has to be completed or their contracts generations. Okay, we can say that the rules of the governments that the completions of the project. Okay, rules files. Okay, after that investment amounts, machineries. Okay, or legal notice related to that computations of the project parameters. Okay, manpower requirement plannings. Okay, all these consideration as a project audit parts, they have to be things on each and every process involves in the project management. The way you have completing the project audit is nothing but performance evaluations. They have performing, so they have compare your project with the standards. You are following the standards or not. Okay, how many the accidents has to be happening on your workplace? Okay, what are the resources are available with you if the emergencies has to be happening at your site place? Okay, these all the considerations parts are comes under project audit. Yeah, how much budgets they have to be allocated from the governments? Okay, how they have utilized their budget to the completions of that project. Okay, just it is not considering as a fake part. Okay, they have need to check it is an practical related. They have calculated that this will be really applicable for this budget will be utilized of this defined processes or not. Okay, how much money they have to, some of the project management has just round up the amounts for the purchasing of some of the machineries, but they note that the cost of machineries, how much cost of machineries is required for the purchasing to the installations on the proper project sites. Okay, the auditors are checking each and every activities which are to be involved in the organizations. Okay, as in case of manpower, how you have to putting them an amount of as in a project management. Okay, how you have invested to the invested as per the people's structures technology. How much amounts you have to be allocated for the technology. Okay, how much your contributions to the societies. Okay, what the permissions of societies with you or not. How many of complaints about your projects. So because as in a project, the competitions of project with the time cost consideration, but some of the people has not happy with your project. Yeah, because they have a little bit unsatisfied you with your processes, parameters or satisfactions. Okay. Okay, so you need to maintain each and every activity, not getting the positives way of your project, but also considering the negative parameters in your project audit also. Because that is the way with any of the product project they have their two parameters, both the positive and negative ways. Considerations of any of the project audit they have okay or some of the top management projects they have checking all this feedback what the views of peoples about the competitions of this defined project. Okay, is this project management managers are satisfied with their behavior which matches with the requirements, his behavior which matches with the employees or not? How much employees are satisfied with the behavioral skills of that project manager? Yeah, because this is also an really impacts on the another project also. Some of the papers are not ready to take decisions or not ready to complaining of one of the top management, but they are thinking that this person has not getting okay for our project management teams, because as an future generation parts. Okay, they have considered if some of the project managements are are really impacting on the staff members. Okay, on the uh, employees, workers. Okay, in that case they have not ready to say it, but it is the way by using the feedback methods or some of the feedback session they have convey the message to the management or auditor for the changing of that management systems. Oh, yeah, that is comes under project audit. Also, they have changing the change management methods. How you have changing the some of the suddenly changing of the processes, technologies, removed the peoples from the organization. Those who are working in 5 to 10 years, they have also checking their feedback also. Okay, outlines members. Suppose some of the members are working in 5 to 6 years in one of the companies or in one of the organizations, and organizer suddenly outlines them. In that case, they have checking their feedback. That's employee feedback. What they want about organizations. Okay, these are comes under auditing processes, project audit. What parameters are comes under done of agency funded projects, expenditure verifications. These are the common things that expenditure verifications, cost parameter consideration, audit of government executed projects. Okay, after that funded projects audit. Okay, revise and desk parameters or with the review of the systems, financial certifications and internal audits. Okay, financial certifications and internal audit. financial management capacity assessments. Okay, all these consideration parts are in project audits. Got it? This are the
Yes, sir.
thank you. Okay, audit process is a designed to determine the status of work performance or status of work performed on a project to ensure it complies with the statement of work such as scope, time, and budget of the project, along with the maturity of the project management process. This is nothing but audit processes. What they have to mean that the process is designed to determine the status of work performance. Status of work performance means what? You are going with the standardizations or not. You are completing the work as per the considering point of each and every standard operating processes or not, as you are setting the methods for the computations of that work not. Okay, are you following the safety parameters for computation of that work or not? Okay, these are comes under audit processes. They have performed on a project to ensure it complies with the statements of work, okay, with the considerations of scope, time, and budget. The key constants are always goes with the scope, time, considerations, budget, okay, performance level, quality. Okay, these are comes under audit processes, along with the maturity of the project management process or the stages of your project management process, or it goes with the considerations of progressions or not, considering time, cost, okay, scope. What are the scope of your project? Okay, this is also a common thing that any of the project has its own scope. Okay, we are considering the any of the project with the evolutionary parameters of the scope of the project, because sometimes you also thinking that you are also seeing that some of the project has not being an updated up to the situational market. It's okay, because if some of the project are established, we are not ready to what we can renew them, because we have wasted our time cost in that project, and if you want to reinstall it, if you want to redevelop it, it will not easy to develop these plans. Okay, but because from this start step to end step, there is some of the difficulties, or there is some of the problems, or so many problems has to be in that project management process. Okay, if you are taking the example that the related to state government or Maharashtra government, public sector companies. Okay, how many of public sector companies are in Maharashtra, or any of example that the public sector companies has stops or they are goes in the recessions? Yes, Yogesh. What is the reason that the public sector companies has not grow properly with the considerations of one of the sole business? Why the public sector has goes in the recessions? Yes, any of this project, like related to Bharat Sanchar, BSNL. The BSNL has goes into the recessions, or they have stopped their networking in Maharashtra or in all over India. What is the reasons behind that? Yes. That is the ways that I have given the examples of that audit processor is nothing but the people has working with the organization without considerations of any of the part. They want where the parts of the government, no, where the parts of this organization. No, anyone has removed from the organization. As I am working in this organization from 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, they are not considering with the technology changes, what is the happening in the organization, which type of competitors are comes with the spoil of our organization's technologies. Okay, just they need to change their systems, processes, technology as per the considerations of the industry evolutions, as per the considerations of the technology, updations of societies, or updations of customer requirements. Okay, because these are the considerations part in the audit process. Okay, you are you are definitely need to change some of the processes. You are definitely need to some of the operations in your organizations. Some of the peoples also in the organization. If you are not able to change the peoples, you need to change their mindset about their working styles. You need to explain them what are the technologies, what are the customers has expected from our sides. Okay, what do you want to do for the society? What do you want to do for the organizations? Okay, all these are the audit process. Okay, you got it. The examples are so many examples which are to be included in that. Some of the sugar factory is also an example of spoil of the uh, what we can say that sahkar. Okay, sahkar sectors, or some of the textile industries also. Or Girni textile Girnis from the Mumbai also. Yes, you are goes with this all this project failure of the projects or not. What is happening so now? The current situations related to sector, that which things has goes on from last 2 to 3 months. Bus depot, MSRTC buses. There are also goes to the locations, or the politicians are going to spoil our this project also, because these are also comes under Sahkar sector, and no everyone has goes to take the positions of them, as there has no any leaders to uh, go with them. Or they are also not thinking that what is going on the organizations, what is going on the developments, or what is going on the actuals on the road transports. Okay, how many competitors are available on that available on our project parameters, or available on our societies. Okay, these are the also reasons the way we have to find out that audit processes. These are the examples consideration part. Audit processing. If you are not going with the proper auditings, processes, parameters, performance, evaluations, you directly goes your any of the project to the loss. They bear to the loss to the organizations, and you are finally need to take the decisions to stop the organization. Okay, if you are not participating as a proper audit processes, you are not following the standards those are provided by the governments of Indian standards. Okay, they have providing you for the betterments of your processes, parameters, development of the organization. It is not the force. Okay, any of the audit who have considering their audit means what, it is not a force. It is the way they have defined that if you are maintaining all these things with the processes, it will development of your people, development of your technology, process, and definitely increasing, definitely developing your organizations too. Okay, that's why there are required on proper audit processes. Okay, the audit processes is designated to determine the status of work performed on a project to ensure it complies with the statement of work, such as the scope, time, and budget of that project, along with the maturity of the project management process. Okay, the BGSU audit processes, as just they have taken an example, that field work, reporting, corrective actions, and planning. Okay, these are the audit processes. What are the project management audit process? To plan the audit. Okay, you should start anything with the plan. Let everyone involved in the audit and the project to know about the audit and stress that this is not anything scary. It's method to make things work better, not a lay by the blames. Okay, any of the project management audit process has no anyone taking the responsibilities of the project audit, because the result of audit, the way to find out the results or result of the audit has depend upon the persons are involved in the management process. Okay, so at the times of conducting audit in your organization, you should start anything without a plan. Okay, you should not start anything without a plan. You need to take a planning size. It is a major parameter that planning of any of the works when you are going to start it, there is a required proper plan. So if you are going without plan, no anything is happening with as how you want. Okay, that they have required some of the plannings. Okay, if you want to conduct audits in your organization, you require to plan, you require to distribute the information, you require to distribute the what we can say that the roles and responsibilities of that persons. Who's the persons that have completed that the project management processes tasks with the considerations of time, cost, documentation for these allocations methods. So you need to prepare the plannings or distributions of work, those are required for the audit processes. Yes, got it the points? Okay, the everyone's involved in the audit and the project know about the audits and stress, that is not anything stress. Okay, just everyone as an employee, everyone has includes in the organizations. Okay, you need to take him as a part of organizations and goes with the involvement, not to take as a stress, not to take that this is a very stressful actions or stressful works we want to do. That the working processes as already conducted in the organization. Just the audit process is nothing but you need to take the data from our audit process. You need to maintaining the data from our process. Okay, proper documentations, methods, technology, processes, utilizations. Okay, these are the plannings and auditings in the management process. Okay, after that to conduct the audits in way, now do the audit and work throughout with the processes to get all the data with the proofs. Okay, if you hold the data as it is not easy to take. Yeah, yes, this is has these parameters has with also goes with the standardization, but what are the proofs you with, what are the documents with you? Okay, is this you are satisfied as an auditors to provide the documentation, proper documentation for the computations of that particular work? Okay, that computation of that particular work, you have the documentations. Yes, then definitely goes through certified the data and maintaining the sheets and go with the audit process. Okay, if you are just orally said that these documents we have or we have goes through your standard operating processes, but what are the proofs? What is the proofs with you have? Just need to maintaining the documentations of each and every procedure that you have to be completed. Yes, sometimes you have not getting the documents for that particular work, but it will be okay. But if the considerations of major constraints, you need to maintain the documentation like time, cost, budget parameters. Okay, you definitely need to maintaining the documentations of that project management processes. Okay, it is not easy that the easiest ways to that you have considering these parameters as an process or completing the work, but you need to take the documents. Okay, you need to take the proofs. Okay, to how you need to find out them the some of the scientific calculations, budget. Okay, allocations of the budget, which type of machinery you have purchasing, you have required the purchasing slips. Okay, all these things you have required to maintain as an project management or as an project auditor processes. This also includes interviewing the projects sponsors managers and team either in a person or in a group meeting or through a details questionnaires. Okay, these are the project management audit process. Okay, after that, to summarize the audit, at this point you will have lots of data. So take these findings about improvement and faults and put them in an executive summaries to give a clear broad overviews. Point out and praise those who have done as well. To summarize the audit means that at this point you will have lots of data that you have summarized each and every activities which are to be carried out in the organizations. Okay, you are collecting the start to end processes data. You need to summarize the data with the proper planning, with the proper sequencing, with the proper presenting methods. Okay, that you have lots of data. So take these finding about improvement and false. Okay, you are also take this data for the implements of your audit processes or finding about the improvements or some of the faults in your project also, where we need to develop for our organization for a particular processes, for a particular working environment, for a particular methodology allocations. Okay, as whenever we goes with the corrections or any of the false measurements, definitely we are goes through the improvement methodologies, or definitely we are goes through the improvement in your organization too, and put them in an executive summary to give a clear and broad overviews. Okay, it will creating that clear goals to the organizations and to overview of your overall organizations or with the considerations of summarized audit report. Be sure to point out and praise those who have done well. Okay, just just at the end of summarizing of your report, you will ready to find out that who has given his better inputs for the audit, for better inputs for the considerations for successful completions of that project for the improvement of organization, who have taken the efforts. Okay, as it will be carried out by using the summarizations report of any of the audit parameters. Okay, after that, to present the results. Okay, next you want to present the summaries of the result to all the parties that need to know about the audit from your teams to your stakeholders at this point. You will want to identify the opportunities that have been realized and implemented, as well as the list of all the problems that have and have not been the results. Also share the recommendations of the presentations of your result. Okay, these are the project management processes. I think so we are stop here. Oh, now the time has 11:05. So we will stop and continue the project management process and complete this unit by upcoming lecture. Okay, and we have finished our project management topics with the whole considerations of 5 unit. Just everyone goes with the proper PPTs from your side, studying well. Okay, and just join your specialization lecture tools, and also preparing your summer internship project with proper guidelines, with the proper studying of each and every point, considerations of research methodology, scope. Okay, references, hypothesis testing. Just comes and meet with your project guide. Okay, if you have any problems from your side, just go with the your any of the project guides and clear your questions and be ready with the proper project. Okay, soft copies which are includes PPT, PowerPoint presentation, proper slides, contents. Okay, and your proper soft copy of your project with all these contents or with all these documentations from our side or from your side too. Just take it and serious and just checking from all your project contents to your respective project guides. Okay, and we will stop here our today's lecture. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Lecture is over, so you can go through your specialization lecture.